Hey everyone, just wanted to give a little bit of some insight into how I'm using Google Classroom these days. I found that there are just some tips and tricks that I didn't even know about it, and the more I kind of dug into them, the more I found that I enjoyed them, and they work really well. And I think they work well whether we're in person or working virtually. So just wanted to share a couple of those things with you. The first thing that I wanted to show you is I think most of us use Google Classroom this way, where all of our assignments show up kind of right here. Every time we post something, it shows up. And that gets kind of old for me because students just kind of rely on going to this main stream page to find their work. And it's organized by when it was posted, and there's no other way to organize this content. So what I started doing this quarter, second quarter, was I actually turned that feature off. And so nothing gets posted here unless I click this and type in an announcement. And so you can actually see I have some classwork in this demo classroom that I created, but it doesn't show up here on the stream. So to do that, you click on the settings wheel up here. And if you go to, let's see, where is it? There it is, classwork on the stream. If you hide notifications, nothing shows up. You can show condensed notification, or you can show everything with attachments and details and stuff. I've found that hiding notifications is great because it forces kids to go to the Classwork tab. Okay, so you may not like that feature, and that's fine. I found that it's been really helpful because what I'm going to show you next is organizing this classwork tab. So one of the things that I started doing this quarter, second quarter, was I created a topic called Today. And anything that we're doing today shows up in Today. And I found that to be super helpful. So maybe we're going to do this ed puzzle and this quiz. But then maybe I also have a different topic. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. A different topic, Unit 1. And I can add this one to Unit 1. And then you can move this up to the top. So I just move him up. And now it's super easy for me to tell kids, hey, you're going to do this and this today in the Today category in Google Classroom. And then the other nice thing about it too is if kids still don't have something finished that's not in the Today category, they can still see it and they can still find it, but it's not prioritized. So I'll show you an example of this in one of my actual classes. So again, you can see I've got nothing posted here on the stream, which again forces kids to go to the Classwork tab. And then you can see this is what we did on Friday. We had some warm-ups, we took a quiz, and then we worked on this project. And that's all we did. And there's plenty of other things in here that we've already done or are still working on, but it wasn't the priority for that day. You can also see that I added some emojis. That's a fun little side note quick, emojipedia.org. Just a fun little library of emojis. And it's super cool that Google Classroom allows you to put those in there, and it just kind of spices up Google Classroom, makes it a little more interesting. And it could be kind of helpful for some more of our visual learners or our ELL learners who make connections with graphics and visuals over words and text. So anyways, the Today category, creating a topic for today, has been huge. Another thing that I'll show you quick is I created this library for mechanisms. It's one of the things I teach in my 8th grade class. But this shows up as material instead of an assignment. So this is a great way to, like, I know literacy teachers, for example, post YouTube or Screencastify videos of the book that they're reading. This could be a great place if it's not something that they have to turn in. It's just something for them to access if they need it. That's what I've done here with this mechanism library. So I've got pictures and videos of the different mechanisms we use. And it's just there and it's available to them. Another thing that I do, you can kind of see that I've got all of my units laid out here. I save everything as a draft, and I actually kind of add to things and tweak things as I go. But I can pull up an assignment here and you can see that I have the Google Doc in there, but it's saved as a draft, which means that kids don't see it yet. In fact, I can switch over to this demo student account and you should be able to see what they see. Looks like I have to sign in here quick. But saving things as a draft is great because it allows me to kind of see what's coming up. And it allows me to add to things, tweak things, change things. It also allows me the flexibility to skip something. So if I don't want to do activity 2.3 and I need to move right to 2.4, I can skip this and it doesn't really make a big difference for the kids. Okay, so here we have the student view. And if I pull up that same class, you can see, again, nothing shows up here, forces them to go to the Classwork tab, and then they only see the stuff that's been posted. You can see that mechanism library is there. It is grayed out, and the reason for that is it's not something that they have to do. So the stuff that's darker shaded, that means that they still have to do it. This demo student hasn't completed this assignment yet. And once they complete the assignment, then it will turn to this kind of muted gray color. But again, you can see that the focus is right here at the top. And then the great thing about it too is if we're done with something for that day, I go into the edit menu for that assignment and I just change the topic. So I'll move my video over here quick. This goes under the quizzes topic because it was a quiz. And I can move that there now because we're done with it. And when I save it, it is now gone from the today category and it has moved to the quizzes category. I like to keep things in order. So that's a nice way to kind of move things around too. But now when I go back to the student page, if I refresh, I should be able to see that the quiz is now gone from today, which I hope indicates to my students that they don't need to worry about that today. But it's still there. So if somebody was gone that day or somebody got pulled from class or whatever, they'll still see that they need to do it because it should show up with this darker gray color, but it's now no longer in the today category. So that's just been something that's been really, really helpful this quarter, and I've really enjoyed that. So hopefully you took a few things from this video, taking things out of the stream, organizing your classwork page, using emojis to spice things up, all of those things. So as always, if you need help with anything, make sure you reach out to us on the Tech Cadre, and we'd be happy to help.